And we are live. Okay, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will mostly be talking about. So this is a video part of the random weekly update series. So if you're not familiar with this series of video, once a week or randomly around once a week, I create these types of videos where I just essentially start rambling about Cardano in general and the blockchain ecosystem. And so in this video, we will be talking about what is needed in terms of ecosystem for Cardano to succeed with Goguen. But just before, please make sure you are delegating to POA. Our ticker is POA, Proof of Africa. We are literally enabling Web3 in Africa. We have just a 5.9% fee. That's very low, guys, for what we are doing. Hosting in Africa is very expensive. So please do delegate to our stake pool. And yeah, we can start with the video. So, regarding the ecosystem with Goguen in Africa, there are a few things to consider. First, a network is... You can measure the strength of a network by how difficult it is to leave it. Right? Like Facebook, for example, is a very strong network because a lot of people don't use Facebook anymore, but they don't leave it, right? Because for social presence, it's important. Like, you know, in terms of status, it's important to be on Facebook, right? Like, all your friends are on there, all your family is on there, and you know, you want to be there. Even if you don't use it, you want to be there. Google is also, for example, a very strong network because they, you know, whatever you are doing, you will eventually need to use an app from Google, whether it's Google Docs, whether it's Google Calendar, whether it's Gmail, or whatever it is. Even if you try to leave the ecosystem, you will still, every now and then, need to use one of their apps. And so you will need to have a Google account. And another example is Apple. Apple is really a master at doing that. They're really creating an ecosystem of tools and products, which once you buy more and more of them, you start getting locked, if I may say like that, inside that network, or in this case ecosystem of products. And so you have no choice but to buy other products from Apple and services, because otherwise they will not be compatible with external products and services. So Apple is really good at that. A final example is, for example, Amazon with their Kindle. You know, Kindle is their e-reader product. Essentially, they sell e-readers, and so with Kindle, once you buy an e-reader, you are forced to buy the books from the Kindle store, which are from Amazon. And so once you buy that reader, it's like Nespresso, right? Once you buy a coffee machine from Nespresso, you can't use other Nespresso capsules. You have to use the coffee capsules from Nespresso. And so they really lock you in that network. And so with Cardano, there needs to be also this type of network which locks you in a certain way. Right now, Ethereum is really great at that, right? Like, let me up, yeah. So Ethereum is really good at that in the sense that Ethereum, you can, there's no reason to leave it, right? Like, you can exchange your assets with Uniswap. You can make them private with Tornado.cash. You can have a loan in DAI with Maker. You can borrow or lend money with Compounds. Soon you will be able to do that with fixed rates. So there are plenty of tools on Ethereum and nearly none on other networks, which make that leaving the Ethereum ecosystem is very difficult, right? And for compatibility reasons, you want to be on Ethereum, and you want to be where everyone is as a developer. You want to be on Ethereum because if you create, for example, now your dApp on Cardano, while there is no ecosystem yet on Cardano, well, your dApp will not be compatible with, for example, Maker or Synthetics or other types of projects which are based on Ethereum. In the future, that may be possible through interoperability and that kind of stuff, but right now, that's not possible. And so, what's really important is that Cardano creates an entire ecosystem of apps and tools and services, which, once a developer creates this app on the network, locks them in that network of apps and services. And so, he's kind of forced to remain there. And I think that that's really important because there is a reason why all of these huge companies are doing that, because it works, right? It works. And that's really what's needed here in the case of Cardano. Now, in terms of apps and services, what does that mean? Well, having a decentralized exchange is just a pure necessity right now. Having a set of tools and libraries for developers is also a must. You just can't do it without it. Having a set of specialized auditing firms, which are really specifically focused on Cardano, is also a must. Having, for example, a user base which only uses tools on Cardano is also a must, right? Because if your user base as a developer is on Cardano and you have no user base yet on Ethereum, there's no reason for you to live on Ethereum, right? All your user base is on Cardano, so you don't want to leave Cardano. Or you could expand to Ethereum, but there is no reason to leave Cardano because you would lose your customer base. So these are things which are very important and which will really need to bootstrap the network. So these are things which are essential, in my opinion, if you want to make Cardano successful. So this was it for this video. I hope you liked it. It was a short video like you saw. I'll try to make a longer one maybe next week. Please follow us on YouTube. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment if you appreciated this video, and don't leave a comment if you didn't. Only positive vibes, people. Yeah, and make sure obviously to delegate to our stake pool. Again, POA. POA is the only reliable stake pool out there. That's false, but that's just what you need to know. So please do delegate to POA, and yeah, see you next week.